Next week, the song, I'm going to have a special song for Pat. Okay, we're going to talk more about healthy lunch tips. If you can lose weight on 1,500 calories a day, the best way to do it is 500, 500, 500. Now you might say, well, Ellen, I do better with 250, 250. Okay, but here's what I don't think is a good idea. 0, 0, 1,500. The reason is you're like, oh, I still had 1,500. And you know what? A lot of people say calories in, calories out. I disagree. I think you could have 1,500 calories laced with sodium and not lose weight. I think it depends on what those 1,500 calories are made up of. Plus, your body is going back to the caveman days, and it's going to be so hungry from all day long starving, it's going to hang on to those 1,500 calories. Plus, in a couple of hours, you're going to go to bed, and it's going to lay there. So, I think if we look at 500 calorie lunches, that is a good thing. And don't forget, a lot of us are not, I don't know about anyone else, but I'm not running a marathon all day. The biggest exercise I get is getting up from my chair and going into the copy room, doing a fax, making a copy, and going back to my desk. Now, I try to do it fast, but I mean, I can't drop and do 20. They might fire me, you know? So, a lot of us are driving places. I don't suggest doing push-ups when you're driving. So we have these jobs that do not allow us to really be burning a lot of calories at work, and we're having 1,000-calorie lunches. I mean, how many times at 2 o'clock did you say, where can I lay down? Is there a couch in the ladies' room? You can't be eating these big meals. So it talks about trying grilled steak. Now these are kind of schmancy. You know, here's a girl who grew up in Elmira Heights, you know. Am I going to put grilled steak, red peppers, broccoli, and orange slices topped with vinaigrette and some salad? Sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll try it. Then it talks about salmon and a sweet potato and spinach. Now a lot of you who are eating at home, you can make some of these things. Whole wheat penne with chicken breast. And you know what? Parmesan cheese. If you've gotten away from it, Bob and I sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese on just about anything. Salad, little cheese. Fish, little Parmesan. It's got protein, it's good. Now, I'm not saying you take the little whole thing off the top and go womp, womp, womp. I'm saying you sprinkle. The operative word, sprinkle. But really, rediscover that. A stir fry with shrimp, pea pods, onions, mushrooms. Bob and I do stir fries all the time. We love them. Also, here's some skip-its and scoop-its. Skip the iceberg lettuce, it's nearly 0. We only eat spinach or romaine, the nice crunchy, it tastes so good. Skip the bacon bits. I say skip bacon altogether because, as I've said in sessions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, bacon is Satan's food. There's no food group. It doesn't say, oh, you're unhealthy. Why don't you have some bacon? No doctor's ever said that. I think it's not for us. If you want to have it as a treat or make a date with bacon, fine. It says skip the bacon bits, scoop the Parmesan cheese, skip the pasta salad, beans. Another thing, we have, our whole pantry's got cans of garbanzo beans, pinto beans, black beans. Sometimes we'll rinse a can of black beans and just put them on our salad. That is very good for you. Skip the croutons. You know what? Those Texas croutons, I've been known, you know, when you have those moments, you get the bad phone call. I've been known to go to my pantry, look, nothing's there. My eye catches the bag of croutons. The next minute, I'm shoving them in my mouth so fast, I'm afraid I'm choked to death on them. If you have a trigger and it's croutons, don't buy them. Grilled veggies, beets. There's one guy who's doing great, losing weight, and he's always having pickled beets. I cannot tell you the last time I had beets. I'm going to try it. It sounds good. Another person has been losing great weight, and she's gotten away from drinking V8 juice, a lot of sodium, even the low sodium one, and then the lower calorie orange juice, if you like your orange juice. Okay, I'm going to go right into the pedometers. Who at this instant is wearing a pedometer? Bob and I were the first 2 members of the Pray It Off group. Between the 2 of us, we have lost 200 pounds and kept it off. We are wearing pedometers. It's like a gunslinger. I get up in the morning, I strap on that pedometer, and I'm ready to go high noon. I'm out the door. No matter what kind of day I have had, at the end of the day when I take it off and I glance at that number, I raise my eyes to heaven and say, thank you, Jesus. My day sucked, but I did 10,000 steps. I don't recommend, I demand that everyone in this group gets a pedometer, and whatever it is the next day, whether it's 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 steps, you write it on your sheet and you say to yourself, tomorrow I will do 500 more than that. 500 more than that. And some people say, well, Ellen, you know, I've never had luck with the pedometer. They're crappy. I've had no problems. 4 years. And the one in the picture, not this one, but the next one is the one that I use. Where would we get it, Bob? Walmart?
No, at the Sports Authority.
Sports Authority. See that one in the picture with the yellow shirt? That's the one I use.
Black and white.
Pardon? Oh, black and white. The one with the hand at the waist, right there. Every day. And there are people in this group who are doing nothing. No exercise whatsoever. This way at least. Now here's another thing. What you really should do is your steps all in a row for at least 2 or 3 miles. You should put on your pedometer, go for a 2 or 3 mile walk, because that's going to take you a half hour, get your heart rate up. But it's still good to see how many regular steps you take. And you'd be surprised. One person said to me, I'm very active. She put on the pedometer, 1,000 steps. That's like walking to the bathroom and back. You know, I went to the bathroom a few times, 1,000 steps. The next day, she went up to 1,800. By the time she was done, she was pushing 8,000, 9,000. Now this was an older person, and that was really good. I really believe that the 10,000 steps a day rule means that you're walking 5 miles. 2,000 steps for most people, unless you're Mary Ellen and you're this tall, 2,000 miles, you might, if you're short, it might be 2,500 steps is a mile. But if you're tall, 2,000 steps, not tall, 5, 6, or 7, 2,000 steps a mile. And plus, you know what it is? Psychologically, it gives you something. Okay, Bob, I'm going to stop right there.